There are ancient stories, hidden between worlds, waiting to be told. Stories not of the past, but of a future we are remembering. They carry the frequency of 5D consciousness, whispering forgotten truth, awakening dormant wisdom, creating a portal to our highest potential. This is one of those stories.
The Crab That Broke Free. A story about a breaking point in a new beginning. Deep beneath the ocean, among the gray stones and shifting sands, lived a small crab who had always done his best to stay safe. For as long as he could remember, he had lived inside a shell that protected him. It was part of who he was, his identity, his comfort, his safety. But lately, something felt different. His shell pressed tightly against him. When he tried to stretch, it resisted. When he moved, it restricted him. Yet, instead of seeing this as a sign that he had outgrown it, the crab wondered if maybe he was just meant to stay small. Maybe this is how life is supposed to feel, he thought. Maybe I just need to learn to deal with the discomfort. Maybe this is the price I have to pay for security. So he endured it. He tried not to move, not to grow, shrinking himself to fit inside the life he had always known. Until one day, he took a deep breath, and his shell cracked. A sharp snap echoed through the water. His heart pounded. Fear rushed through him, because if his shell broke, then everything he had worked for, everything familiar, everything safe, would be gone. Terrified, he held his breath. He was paralyzed. The seconds stretched, his vision blurred, his body trembled. He was about to faint when something inside him refused to give up. A spark, a longing, a force greater than fear itself. He gasped, and in that instant his shell shattered. For the first time in his life, he had nothing to hide inside. He felt bare, vulnerable, exposed. But then, an unexpected feeling arose, a feeling of weightlessness and freedom. For the first time, he was not restricted. He felt the ocean move through him in a way he had never known before. His shell had fallen away, but he hadn't lost himself. He had simply made space for who he was becoming. And as time passed, a new shell began to form, not dull and rigid like the last one, but brilliant, iridescent, shimmering with the most beautiful colors. As he looked around, he saw the gray rocks where he had once hidden, where he had once believed he belonged, but they no longer felt like home. He turned toward the distance, where the ocean glowed with color, where coral reefs danced with light, where fish of every shape and hue moved in harmony. Without hesitation, he stepped forward, knowing he was embarking on an ever-evolving journey of growth. A journey that would reveal and reflect his true self, his true beauty, his true essence. Most of us know what it's like to be stuck in a shell that we have outgrown. A space that once kept us safe, comfortable, and protected. For some, it's a relationship or a group of people, a partner, a community, a circle of friends, or even family. Relationships where we once felt accepted, but we realized at one point that some of these relationships are no longer aligned, don't nurture us any longer, and don't honor our true self. We stay because we fear being alone, or because we believe it's our duty to stay, and we let guilt hold us back from going our own way. For others, it's a job that no longer aligns with their soul's purpose. The work they are stuck in drains them. The environment stifles them, yet they hold on, afraid of financial uncertainty, afraid to step into something new. And some of us cling to an old version of themselves, a role they once played, an identity that no longer fits, a way of being that feels restrictive but safe. We tell ourselves, maybe this is just how life is supposed to feel. Maybe I shouldn't want more. Maybe I just need to learn to live with the discomfort. But deep inside, something whispers the truth. You were never meant to stay small. You are meant to fully express who you truly are. Growth is uncomfortable. It requires letting go of the shell we've built, the safety we've known. It requires trusting that even in vulnerability, we're not lost. We're simply making space for who we are becoming. Most of us reach a moment where the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the fear of change. And when that moment comes, we have a choice. Do we cling to the old, suffocating inside something we've outgrown? Or do we take a deep breath, surrender to the unknown, and expand into who we were meant to be? Yes, there will be fear. Yes, there will be uncertainty. But there also will be freedom, limitlessness, and the chance to finally move, breathe, and express ourselves fully. The journey of growth isn't about losing yourself. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. So ask yourself, what shell have you been clinging to? What are you afraid to release? And are you ready to trust what awaits beyond it? Because when you finally let go, when you finally break free, you become a version of yourself that has been waiting to shine and to be seen. If this story resonated with you, I encourage you to follow me to hear more stories that lead you back to who you truly are. May you have the courage to break free and become your true self.